Is it possible to add a decent amount of muscle tissue by simply just working out at home with what you have, whether that's dumbbells, bands, body weight? And what is the research pointing to?
So my answer, when you're going to ask me these types of questions, pretty much invariably my generalized answer will be, it depends.
Right.
Because from an applied standpoint, uh, there are huge inter-individual differences. And so to answer your question, it would depend on your training status,
Mm-hmm.
your nutritional status, what you have, what type of equipment you can avail yourself to, and then a variety of other things. Certainly, if you are just starting out a routine, you can get huge results just by training at home. If you have a well-stocked home gym, even if you are a very advanced lifter, you can continue to make gains. Now, if you just have body weight exercise and you're an advanced lifter and you're a bodybuilder who's been very serious, your ability to maximize your muscle more than you have will be very limited.
Yep.
And there's everything in between. So we're talking now at polar ends of different spectrums, and then you have to look at where you are on that continuum, both from a genetics will enter into a genetic, lifestyle, and the environment, the equipment that you have, et cetera.
Yeah.
I will say this. I think this can be at least a more concrete answer, in that you can maintain, even as a high level bodybuilder, you can pretty much maintain what you have doing much less than you normally would, and even with less equipment, et cetera. I mean, as long as you are pushing yourself, going to failure closely, having a high level of effort in your sets, reductions in volume, reductions in the types of exercise that you're doing, et cetera, will not have major effects on losing mass, provided, again, that you're consistent, that you're going to have at least a decent volume. You're going to get a minimum, and that'll be different for different people.
Mm-hmm.
And most importantly, that you do push yourself. So if you have body weight, you've got to find ways to make those exercises challenging enough so the last few repetitions are going to be difficult to complete.
Okay, so for people that are taking things to either failure or really getting to form failure, is that what you're meaning by the amount of intensity?
Or even within a couple of reps short of failure. It doesn't necessarily even have to be all-out failure,
Yep.
but correct. I think that is something that still needs to be fully, that we have not had, we're not fully sure of yet from a research standpoint as to the need to go to all-out failure.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say with quite good confidence that certainly from a maintenance standpoint, you do not need to fully go to failure, that even repetitions in reserve, which is how close you are to failure, of 1 or 2 reps is not going to make.
Yeah, because normally when I'm in the gym and training people, and I see individuals working out on their own, if they're doing a bicep curl, really easy exercise to understand. People are trying to do it to the point where they're just kind of throwing their backs into it. They're probably not even recruiting their bicep. I think that's what people think that they need to get to the point where they're going to almost injure themselves and their just form looks like shit. But for you and anybody listening now, it makes sense from what you're saying that you can just get close to that point while still maintaining good form and still achieve results.
Well, and I would also say that is what you just said would not be the definition of failure, because the true definition of failure is in quotes in good form, is pushing yourself to the point where you can't do another rep in good form. If you're twisting your body to complete the rep, that in itself has shown that you're not properly going about the failure aspect.
There should be massive signs in the gym that says what failure actually is. Then maybe there'd be much less meatheads dropping weights because they can't actually get that weight up.